This is Andy of QualityStocks. Today is Wednesday, February 9th, 2011, and today we're going to take a look at Local.com Corp. This is a NASDAQ capital market stock, trading our ticker LOCM. See a nice climb it had going on through September all the way up in the beginning part of this year. More than 100% move. Great looking chart right through here, technically speaking. Nice little rounded bottom. This would have been a good point to watch for another takeoff. I'm not sure if this was a news-driven gap down. Of course, traders live by that rule. No matter how nice the chart looks, news trumps all. I have to assume that this was news-driven to make a nice bullish chart like this kind of fall apart so quickly. It looks like it's finding a base. I want to take a look at these indicators and see if they're going to give us hints this is going to try and make a climb again and fill some of these gaps. Nice uptrend in the MACD histogram, showing that we just got a bullish cross through the signal line. First sign of a possible reversal. Same thing going on with the PPO at this point. See that the ADX is trending down, showing that that overall downtrend is losing some strength. Positive DI trying to climb, negative DI on a downslide right now. So we're going to keep an eye on this positive DI breaking through this ADX to give us some indication this chart may be trying to turn bullish. Kind of a critical point for the MFIs, like we always talk about, trading over 50, bullish chart, trading under 50, bearish chart. Right now it's right at that point where it's trying to make that move back into bull chart territory. So we're going to look for some continued strength in the chart and see if we can get all three of these indicators over top of 50. Accumulation distribution, just now kind of breaking through a downtrend that it's in. Looks like it's trying to hold a base right through there, so we're looking for it to round itself out again and then start trying to make some higher lows. All reiterated by this shake and money flow in the recent past. A little bit of uptrend showing some buying pressures coming in, and then more recently over the last few days, buying pressures picked up a little bit. So again, shake and money flow also in the area of showing that buying pressures coming into this stock. CCI going right along with everything else, coming out of really oversold territory. Moving towards the middle of the indicator at this point, trying to break through a downtrend. CCI also trying to turn bullish. Full stow, same thing. In oversold territory, which we already know doesn't matter that much. It can trend down there for a long time. But making its climb out of it. Initial breakthrough 20, showing some momentum coming into it. And now we're going to look for that break of 50 to add much stronger momentum to the chart. Tricks, of course, lagging indicator, but also looks like it's going to try and make some sort of higher low and possibly give us a bullish cross here in the near future. Again, early signs of a possible reversal happening. RSI strengthens that whole contention that this might be a bottom. See, we're getting the slightest uptrends in the longer terms. 14 and 21 starting to trend upward just a little bit. 7 breaking through both of them at this point. Want to see them over 50. Like so many of the other indicators, that's bull chart territory. And see what happens when it moves up there. Just real quick, there was your breaking point where all three of them started to move through, and look at the climb that followed behind it. Chart basically stayed trading over 50. Price per share continued to rise. So that breakthrough 50 is pretty important. We'll be looking for that to see if the RSIs can make their move to the upper side of that indicator. Let's get that out of the way. Pretty important for this chart to hold $4. Pretty nice support level set up through there. It was a resistance level right in this area. You can see it came in and got some support, a little bit of resistance back through here. Importantly, holding it recently over this last better part of a month. Even a dip down to $3.92, price per share pulled right back up. $4 is a good support area and it must hold that. If it doesn't hold that, I probably would not pay too much attention to this spot. I'd be looking more down here around $3.25. I'd revisit that chart at that point. Right now I'm looking for this to see if these indicators are going to continue to try and turn bullish. So I want to see that $4 support level held. This starts by taking out this middle Bollinger Band, which is important in overall technical trading. That's the first moving average of any real substance. Shorter terms are starting to curl up underneath it to give it a little bit of assistance, but breaking through that 20 is important. It's the middle Bolly. Stocks need to trade on the upper side of that Bollinger Band to be turning bullish, and it'll meet some PPS resistance right up here just around 450, a little bit high. You can see it was pretty good resistance back here September, October, November. It's where it gapped down to here recently in January. Key resistance area for it to try and break. From that point, looking for it to go up and fill the gap to up around 475, which now you're starting to get into pretty nice percentage gains. In the longer term, I'd expect the resistance to get a little bit tougher when it gets up there near 525. Historically kind of a resistance area more recently. 50 and 200-day moving averages both in that vicinity. Look for 525 to be a little bit tougher, but again, you're talking a buck a share move from the point where it is right now, so that's a very substantial move. I always like to start it out with baby steps. That means holding this support, pushing its way above this 20-day, and making a strong run at this 450 area. See, volume has actually been tapering off since the big drop, which is a good sign. That can mean selling is coming to an end. Now we want to see volume come running back into this to show that people are seeing this as a buying opportunity. And that'll give it some strength to try and make a run through these resistance levels. So I think that LOCM is definitely a chart to keep an eye on. It has a nice look. Indicators are trying to turn bullish again. Look for the key factors of volume, support, and resistance. And we'll see where this chart leads. As always, merely my interpretation of the Local.com chart. This is Andy with QualityStocks. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.